everyone. I'm Juan Williams, along with Martha McCallum, Jesse Waters, Dana Perino, and Greg Gutfeld. It's 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The Five.
Christmas music.
Merry Christmas to you, everyone. We're excited to have you join us for our Christmas Spectacular. We have tons of Yuletide treats in store for you tonight, including answers to your holiday fan mail questions and a festive edition of Jesse's Supermarket Showdown. Can't wait. Plus, the Five's first ever gingerbread house competition. Which one of us built it best? Stay tuned to find out. And it wouldn't be a Five Christmas without our annual Secret Santa gift exchange. You don't want to miss it. But first, you've sent us a lot of merry and bright questions on social media, so let's get right to them. This is a Facebook question from Taylor M. What gift, and who is it for, are you most excited to give this holiday season, Miss McCallum?
So it's tickets to something, but I can't tell you what it is because I don't want to give it away.
Even at 5 o'clock on Christmas Day?
Okay. You know Rob Lowe has a show?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What are you getting him?
And it's in Las Vegas. And so I always try to get my husband something that's like an experience that we can do together because we've been married for 25 years.
This is the most selfish thing I've ever heard. You are getting this is for her husband.
Right.
Tickets to a Rob Lowe show. That's not for him. He's not going to go, oh, Martha, thank you. Martha, thank you. I've got tickets to... I've been wanting to see Rob Lowe in person forever. That is horrible. That's like me buying my wife a bottle of scotch.
You know what? This is how right you are. So I wanted some of our friends to come with us, but I didn't text the women. I texted the men and said, don't you want to get this for Robin and Jennifer? Yeah, and they were like, yes, we are in.
You are.
So we're all going to Las Vegas for the weekend to go see
For the Rob Lowe.
You guys, no, you didn't read the book. You've read everything under the sun.
No,
I have to read stories I tell my friends. It's such an awesome,
Oh my God, did you just book shame Dana? Wow, that's never
I can't believe it.
You've never been able to.
Dana, she's shaming you for not reading Rob Lowe's
That's what I was
book.
thinking.
That's a shame on her. A shame on you, Martha.
There are so many people out there who have read that book who know that it is really interesting, very well written. He's a smart
I will
guy.
read it by New Year's.
And
Is there a chapter on that,
Yeah, that's
young?
in there. That's in there.
Good.
Absolutely.
I'm reading that first.
About,
The only chapter I'm reading.
It's about growing up in Ohio and growing up in Hollywood as a young kid, and it's the people who influenced him.
best.
It's really good.
Anything in there about Chad Lowe?
Yeah.
They don't get along, do they, Chad and Rob?
She really read the book.
I know. It's incredible.
I'm going to read it by New Year's.
I think I read Spider-Man comic books, so I'll go to the movie.
Although that might be a good audiobook, right?
That's actually how I listened to it because he read it, and I listened to it driving around one summer.
Okay, Jesse, what gift are you most excited to give this holiday season?
Well, the name Jesse actually means gift in Hebrew, so my presence. Get it? Presence? My mere presence itself is a gift.
Indeed. We all feel that way. But seriously, what do you...
Yeah, for real.
Today's Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so today's Christmas. Have I given the gift already?
Yes.
Okay, so the gift has been given, and it went over really well. It was...
young cybersecurity person in Washington, D.C., and she's getting to go with us to Kenya.
Wow.
For the week between, that New Year's week, because my friend has an orphanage there, so we're going to go and visit the orphanage, and then we're going to get
And then it miraculously went to some special farm. I obviously, with the gift I gave to my wife, which she got this morning, she cried. It was amazing. Anyway, that's all I can get into.
Picture of you.
Does she cry a lot?
She cried a lot. She cried a
All
lot.
right.
I'm
gonna try to laugh.
She was weeping.
I feel like she wakes up and cries every morning.
I got her an onion board. Slice onions.
All right. I'm going to stay with you.
Yes.
Instagram question from @D_Bait79. If today you could have any favorite toy from your childhood, Greg Gutfeld, any of your childhood Christmas gifts, what would it be?
Ooh, you know, the only thing that popped into my head is a pocket knife. Ooh. Remember how great pocket knives were? And like, I don't know if kids still get pocket
Like
knives.
a Swiss Army knife?
I had a Swiss Army
like
knife,
a blade.
but I like the blade that has the wooden ingrain, like a station wagon. You know, where it has the wood panel, pocket knife, and you used to open you whittle. That's what we did because we didn't have cable. We didn't have phones. We had wood. We just sit on the porch and whittle a knife, another knife.
Yeah.
We'd make a knife out of a knife, and then we'd take that knife and make another knife.
Are you
plant.
totally?
I've been on a lot of nog.
You're totally
I'm on a lot of
pulling over our head.
Yeah,
here.
I like.
I don't think
knives.
you grew up in the backwoods. Dana?
I love lots of toys, but I'm going to go with Light Bright.
Oh,
I love Light Bright.
You know, we could
you
make
are a
little
human,
designs.
Light Bright.
Aw, that's so kind. So kind to say
That
that.
is very sweet.
All right, Jesse.
He-Man. I was a big He-Man fan.
Yeah.
So I liked playing with those dolls. Not dolls. I liked just figures. Action figures, figurines. Let's not take that out of context.
No. By the way, I didn't answer the first question, and my answer is I got my son and his wife a Peloton.
Okay.
And I'm very excited because they really wanted it, and so it's like, wow.
I don't know what that is.
It's an
Exercise
exercise
bike.
bike.
That's a
So basically, you're
fantastic
telling them
present.
that they're
I love
overweight, Juan.
I love mine. Yeah.
Juan, you're
I
telling
love
them
that.
they're overweight.
No, they wanted it, Gregory.
Yeah, sure they did.
Let me tell you something. For millennials, this is the hip
They're
gift.
not cheap.
No,
they're
that's
not.
right.
That's a very nice present.
But in terms of the gift that I remember most from childhood, it was a football. And the reason was it was a real NFL football.
Nice.
I couldn't believe
Made
it.
of actual
Nice.
pigskin.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Really? Okay.
Okay.
The first
Martha.
album I ever got, I loved, was a Jackson 5 album. And I was really, I don't know, 7 maybe? 7? And I just, with albums, you would be so excited.
Yeah.
I read every single
Yes.
word,
Right.
All
every
the lyrics.
lyric, everything that was in there. I looked at the pictures about 700 times on Christmas Day. And, it was the beginning of like a lifelong love of music and collecting albums. And
What is an
I
album,
loved
Martha?
it.
Is that like an 8-track?
Oh, my God.
They're back now. We have
right.
give it to my
Yeah.
son has a turntable and a collection of knives.
Yeah, there you go. I would
He's a kid you
alert
would
the
like.
authorities.
Exactly.
Not at her house. Because this comes
has
to
all
our
kinds
next
of-
question, and I'm going to answer it first. It says, this is from Catherine T., a Facebook question. Which Fox host do you think throws the best Christmas parties? And so my answer is, I would guess it was you.
It's me.
Yeah.
I have Christmas caroling parties.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Yeah, you would hate it. You would totally hate it.
Why putting that into a party form seems like tort? I mean,
No,
it's
it's
bad
fun.
enough, people, strangers at your doorstep, but then you turn it into a party?
So it
Why
started
not have Rob
with,
Lowe
like,
show
we
up?
used to take the kids around the neighborhood and they would all sing, and then their parents would come over and we, have a cocktail after everyone went
Yes.
singing. And then as they all got older,
It was
then we
a
ended
front
up
for
singing
getting drunk.
at our house. But I love the idea of showing up at strangers' houses and you just start singing on their doorstep, and then they open the door, and it's great. But so now it's a caroling
It's
party.
kind of
that
like a
ends
mix
with
between
a DJ,
a mix between
piano player.
Jehovah's Witness and those Mormon kids that show up at my
But we're
door.
singing for you.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
All right, Jesse.
I would go with Todd Starnes. And here's why. It would be really strictly biblical. There'd probably be an actual manger scene. There'd be no alcohol. I would be right down to the book.
Sounds like fun.
Holy.
I mean, no, it would be authentic.
I
Very
would go
authentic.
with Steve Ducey because he has the new cookbook, and then when he came here and he brought us the food
Yeah.
that we could have, that was delicious. So I think he'd have a pretty good party.
Now, here's a man who I think would throw an outrageous party, but are you going to admit it?
No, I used to throw parties, but not holiday parties. That's not for me. I would go with Judge Knapp, total libertarian.
Anything goes.
Anything goes. If it's in the Constitution, it's happening tonight.
Exactly.
So before we started here, Greg was saying that he thinks Christmas should just be every 4 years,
Yes.
which I think is nuts.
Yes.
But my upset about Christmas is January and February. But why don't you love Christmas?
I'll tell you why. Because every year since I've been born, it's become more intense. Much like everything in life is becoming more intense. Whether it's like your gender reveal parties, and with Christmas, it starts earlier. It's way too focused on materialism. I think we should pull back. I would say every other year would be a start. Let people save money. Let people lose weight. It's just better for everybody to have a breather. I just, as I get older, it becomes more suffocating. It's a suffocating event.
Greg, if you think Christmas is too intense, you must have a hard life. I mean,
I do.
Who gets stressed out about Christmas?
I do get stressed out by Christmas.
Maybe
Thank you
you
very
should
much.
focus on the religious part.
I would be happy with just I'm okay with the religious
Oh, okay.
part.
All right.
No problem with that. I'm talking about everything else.
All right,
I'm talking
so-
about the commercials and the jingles. I know you're telling me to be quiet.
All right, so here's our final question for this first segment. It's a Facebook question from Tara P., and it says, what is your favorite winter holiday treat? So I'm going to start with Jesse.
I like eggnog with some stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Pretty
Big
cool.
eggnog guy.
Dana?
People think it's revolting, but I disagree.
It's kind of new to me, but I do like mulled wine.
What is mulled wine?
Mulled wine. Isn't
warm-
it saying
it's
that right? It's
basically
like warm
warm
wine with some spices.
Yes.
Yes.
I think you'd like it.
I would.
It's quite delicious.
Greg?
I'll go with that. What the lady said.
What the lady said.
Yes.
How about this
I
lady?
like bourbon with ginger ale and like a little slice of orange.
Wait, you can have
Called
that
an orange
anytime.
smash.
You-
No, but it's
Ooh, I like
Christmassy.
that.
Oh,
it's a really nice Christmassy drink. We serve it at my caroling party.
You're not invited.
This year off. I didn't have the party this year.
I'm going to
Next
go
year.
with you, Jesse. Give me 5.
There we go.
I think
Eggnog.
eggnog is
You like
good
eggnog?
stuff.
It's fattening.
Oh, stop. Coming up, our amazing Secret Santa reveal that you will not want to miss. It's just fun. But first, 'tis the season for a festive edition of Jesse's Supermarket Showdown. Stay with us.
But have a Steve the Snowman is a fairy tale.
Welcome back to the Fives Christmas special. Time now for a festive edition of Supermarket Showdown, Christmas edition. Just in time for Santa Claus, we're battling out over the prices of some of our favorite Christmas items. So whoever guesses the closest without going over is the winner. And just to remind the audience, I don't know the answers in advance, all right? First up, we have Christmas lights, all right? Colorful Christmas lights, your standard box of Christmas
What's the
lights.
standard box have? How many? do you have?
200 mini lights right
mini
there.
lights.
All right.
So everybody write down the price of the Christmas lights.
There we go. Christmas lights it is. I'm talking nervously
Everybody
to
hold
Bill
up a
Gates.
price.
There we go. Ooh.
Wow, a lot of
$25.
differences, a lot of differences. And the actual retail price, $15.99. I think Waters, did Waters get that? Waters gets it. All right.
At least
Those
you're
are
not
a nice
gloating.
brand. Those are a nice
Be
brand.
All
fancier
right.
than
I'm
mine.
locked into the lights. All right, the next one, an ugly sweater. And not just any sweater that Greg wears every day, an actual ugly sweater. Its
Can I lift
purpose
it up?
is to be ugly.
Can I lift it?
Yes.
Up? Just for the people at home.
That is.
Take a look at this.
That is what you call an ugly sweater.
Yeah, this is what
Okay.
you wear to.
You'd wear that,
prison.
Greg.
I would wear it.
I guess Rudolph's on the front, huh? I like that.
There was a
nose.
price tag, but luckily because my eyes are so bad, I couldn't even read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody, prices up.
Okay.
There we go. Those are the prices. Okay.
Oh, we're all like right.
Oh, we're right around in there. All right. Ugly sweater.
trying to make a cameraman
costs. Ooh.
How much?
$34.99.
Ooh, that's expensive.
Who had
Which
that? Williams.
Williams.
All right.
Wait a minute. Wait, what did you have to say?
$24.99.
Oh, he
Yeah,
beat you by a
25.
penny.
Penny.
All right. Well, on. Doing pretty well.
Ruthless.
Too much Price is Right. I always go with like.
All right, next one, Hatchables, Hatchababies. So if you don't have kids, good luck with this one. It's basically something you crack open and then things come out.
Well,
of
they
it.
got miniatures inside. It's like,
It's like
you know,
the Russian
doll kind of
Which
thing.
one do you call it, dolls?
Doll. What do you call
Yeah,
those?
yeah.
No, I better not say the wrong thing because I could swear.
I know.
Anyway, this looks demonic.
Okay.
All right, everybody, prices up.
It's so funny. It's like it's a foreign country for me.
All right, Martha and I pretty much in the same zone.
Everybody
in the same zone. All right, the
Except for
Hatchables,
Ron.
Hatchababies cost. Whoa!
How much is it?
$59.99.
That's more than a turkey.
One.
One. All right, Juan is up 2-1 over Waters.
Yeah.
Juan is the only one going to the store.
All right,
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is it's because he has all the grandchildren. He knows how much this stuff costs. All right, next one, eggnog. All right, your typical eggnog. What is that? A quart?
I think it's a pint.
Is that
Is that a quart?
Yeah, it's a
I'm
quart.
gonna go with quart.
I knew that was a quart.
Is it a quart? It's not a pint.
No, a quart.
A quart is 2 pints. A quart is 2 pints.
All right.
2 quarts is half a gallon.
Is that half a gallon?
That's a quart.
That's a quart. I was right the first time. All right, everybody presses up for the eggnog.
Oh my goodness.
Eggnog prices.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Let's go, everybody.
I have never had eggnog in my life.
Okay.
Oh, it's so
this
good.
is close. Everyone with some really solid guesses. Price of the eggnog, $2.60. Waters with $2.30.
I am so
I am on
Prices.
point today. All right. Juan and I are tired going into the final round. You guys have no chance. All right. Now we have fruitcake, a 26-ounce fruitcake. All right. Do people still even buy fruitcake anymore?
People never only bought it to give it to other people they secretly hated.
And yes, and then they re-gift the fruitcake to someone
It
else.
lasts forever.
All right, fruitcake. I have no idea what this is. I'm just going to take a wild guess. Everybody, prices up. Oh, Martha and I have the same.
I bet there's a lot of variation with
All
fruitcake.
right. Here we go.
Yeah, like what brand is
26-ounce
that?
fruit. Whoa! That was way off. $24.99.
That must be a really fancy.
Did anybody win? Who won that?
Mine was
we're
3.
tied,
I lost.
'cause we were
Martha and I tied with the highest. All
You
right.
know what? I bet this is like
you
a really
won.
expensive.
You
I
finally
won with 3 right.
By the way,
Waters, Aces, the
Do you want to
supermarket.
know what's in
Yeah.
this?
Which
Would
is
you like to
your
know what's in
game.
this?
Yeah, we'd like to know what's in it.
Okay, you got pecans, brandy, rum-soaked dried cherries,
That's why it's
raisins,
expensive.
and candied citrus. Try it on a cheese board or enjoy it as a festive dessert. No, thank you.
It would go well
I
with
bet
the
it's good.
caroling
I bet you do a
It
good
would.
job.
Greg, that is my gift to you on this
like a
Christmas.
You know what?
Fruitcake.
I'm taking it home, and I'm going to say I purchased it.
Because it has brandy in it. That's
Yes.
why.
All right. You know what you could do? You could
The
just
sailors
throw
said
it.
brandy.
You could have a fruitcake throwing contest.
Okay,
Exactly.
coming up, our annual Secret Santa gift exchange. But first, a competition like you've never seen before. Who on the 5 will be crowned the gingerbread house building champion? Find out next on our Christmas special.
Take this away.
I'm Mike Emanuel in Washington, and these are the top stories making news at this hour. President Trump wishing Merry Christmas to troops stationed around the world. He also addressed the ongoing partial government shutdown. The president says even some federal workers are standing by his commitment to tougher border security.
Many of those workers have said to me and communicated, stay out until you get the funding for the wall. These federal workers want the wall.
Meanwhile, an 8-year-old boy from Guatemala has died in government custody after crossing the border illegally. He had been evaluated in a hospital and given antibiotics and a painkiller after showing signs of a cold and a fever. Authorities are already investigating the death of a 7-year-old girl, also from Guatemala, who died in government custody earlier this month. Church leaders in Indonesia asking for prayers for the victims of Saturday's tsunami triggered by the eruption of a volcano in the Sunda Strait. The death toll is rising now to more than 420 people, and thousands are homeless. And Pope Francis is urging the world to put aside partisan interest this Christmas to help find a political solution to conflicts in Yemen, Syria, and around the globe. The Holy Father telling thousands gathered in St. Peter's Square the universal message of Christmas is that God is a good Father and we are all brothers and sisters. I'm Mike Emanuel, a live special report at the top of the hour. Now back to the 5.
He's making a list. Check it.
Christmas special, candy cane fences, gumdrop pathways, and frosting everywhere. Those sound like the perfect ingredients for the 5's first ever gingerbread house competition. Greg is so excited.
I am.
So which one of us built the best sweet treat? You be the judge.
I see a ton. Hey, you.
Isn't that great?
Do you even know how to do a gingerbread house?
I don't. That's why I got you guys. What do you think, Eli?
Yeah, as long as you have me here.
As long as I have you, I can do a gingerbread house.
Ooh, let's do that. I booked the beads. Jingle bell rock.
We have Gumdrop Lane, and we have, look at this little guy. The blue guy is a doorbell. Well, here we are. Dessert for Christmas Day. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yes.
I don't think this is going to go so well. Martha, I need help with this. You look like you know what you're doing here. Can you give me a little tip?
You called the wrong person.
You're not good at this?
No, but I'm so happy to try to help you. And
All right, squeeze some of that stuff on there. This is going to be the door. 1, 2.
You did not go to architecture school, I'm guessing. That door goes all the way up to the rooftop.
It's for tall people. I could put Gutfeld on my shoulders and still get in the front. We got some ice. Some icing. It's some icing over here. Okay. Okay, you know what? I think that's it.
I think it's perfect.
I think it's done. I think we're finished.
I chose a doghouse. That's the best kind of house. Unless you're Jesse and Greg, then the doghouse is not fun. The doghouse at my house is always good, though. Of course, I brought my dog friends with me. I've got Spike, you might know from the Daily Routine. And then Jasper, of course, he's an old pro coming to Fox News. Got this fancy little doodad right here. This little dog. Kind of looks like Jasper a little bit. And we'll put that right here. S on this side for Spike. That's pretty good, right? The doghouse.
You know I love the Christmas season, so I spent a lot of time building my own special gingerbread house, and then I threw it away. So, here it is, the one that I'm doing now. Look what I did. Isn't that beautiful? I just whipped this thing together, just for you, in my own time. Oh, jeez, what did I do? Oh, my God. Well, I guess there's no take 2. That's what I learned. If you don't want to do it again, ruin the project so they can't do a second take.
Is that right? What really happened?
Yes.
No, you did that intentionally.
No, that was by accident.
Oh, phooey.
Watch your mouth, Martha. This is a family show.
Martha, at your house, do you let your children eat the gingerbread house?
Yeah.
Or is it just for show?
Well, I love gingerbread houses, but I'm not good at making them, as we all now know. But yeah, we've definitely made them over the years, and then you can break them apart and eat them. Depends on what kind. If it's like a real one,
I love gingerbread.
I love gingerbread too.
I just like the icing. I would just squeeze the icing right into my mouth. No. And I like squeezing that thing. What would you call that device that you just squeeze icing?
A frosting squeezer.
A frosting squeezer. I love that thing. And it's really accurate too. It's like I felt like Picasso.
Yeah. You got it on your suit.
I did.
Where?
A little sloppy.
It started squirting out the other side.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Martha's like, I have a real show.
What am I doing here with these people?
By the way, I noticed, Juan, being a Democrat, your gingerbread house had no fence.
Oh, look at that.
Fence
But you know what we
baby.
had? Because my son-in-law is an architect, we had buttress supports.
Ah,
I was like,
interesting.
why buttress?
I think you definitely win, Juan.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
who is that? Who is that? The one that he is a star.
He's
That kid's got
adorable.
great timing, great voice.
So
And he's a smart guy, too.
Yeah.
He has better hair than Jesse, which is
Yeah.
Well, let's not go that far. I was going to say he's
How do we-
filling for one. on the
Wait, who's deciding? I guess the audience votes,
Yeah,
and we'll know by the end of the show, right, producers?
Yeah, on
Yeah.
Instagram, right? Go to the Instagram page and vote who made the best house.
Yes.
I'm voting for Juan.
We have somebody tabulating it right now.
Yes,
right now,
bring
and we'll
that
have
to
all
you.
the
We'll
answers.
always
Get
bring
your
it to
votes
you.
in.
Yes, and we'll have even some of your comments too, right?
Excellent.
From Frenchie
Absolutely.
Firecracker.
But Greg, if they pick yours, they're going to have to reconstruct it.
I know, isn't that great? That's the best thing.
It's like it's like ruins.
It was
Greg is
over.
like-
It was over in 30 seconds.
Good job.
It's like
Yes.
Christmas gingerbread modern art.
Yes.
I like it. Okay, straight ahead. We are answering more of your fan mail questions, plus the Five's annual Secret Santa gift exchange coming up on the Five's Christmas special. Stay right with us.
Yes, the garbage man. Merry Christmas, everybody. We're answering more of your fan mail questions from social media before we open our gifts. The first one is, oh my goodness, from Kerr. Interesting. What movie seen by everyone on the planet have you not seen?
Die Hard.
You've not
Never seen Die Hard?
That's like
So I can't answer the question.
That's like
It's a
never
Christmas
bathing.
movie. I know.
I've never You have to. You will love Die Hard. It's the best Christmas movie
Well,
ever,
maybe,
by the way.
but see, now it's like a unique thing to have not watched it, so I haven't watched it. But maybe I'll watch it this holiday season.
Now we're not. What didn't specify Christmas movie? It just said
No,
what movie?
I've never seen Love Actually.
Oh, don't.
No.
And you
It's the worst movie ever
love
made.
that movie.
Oh, it's a good movie.
Me
Worst movie ever
too.
made.
No, Martha and I
No,
are
it is
united.
so not the worst movie
It is
ever
in the.
made.
It is in the top 100
I mean, it's
worst
a sweet
movies.
movie, but I don't even like romantic comedies, and I like that movie, so I don't know how you can say it. But the one I've never seen is A Christmas Story. I've never seen it.
I've never seen that either.
Yeah.
Interesting. What, Juan?
I can't think of it because I didn't see it.
Yeah. Good answer. You know what? Never saw Titanic.
Really?
Never saw Forrest
You know
Gump.
how it ends, though.
What?
Never saw Forrest Gump. I know how. I refuse to see Titanic because I know how it's going to end.
Titanic's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
That says a lot.
I'm just kidding, Greg.
Forrest Gump is a good movie.
Forrest Gump's
Yeah, but I have no. I don't know. I found him as a character kind of irritating.
Oh, no, I found him really attractive. I liked Forrest Gump because
Yeah.
it was kind of a
Wait,
romantic
Leonardo
history.
DiCaprio? You found attractive one?
No, I found Forrest Gump wasn't Leonardo DiCaprio.
All right, you
talking
guys,
about
you're mushing
We're talking
movies.
about Forrest Gump?
You're mushing Titanic and Forrest Gump into Forrest Titanic, which would be great. A boat crashes into a forest,
And then you run.
and then you run.
I think he
endlessly.
he was a boat captain down in Louisiana. a
And then
shrimp
your
boat.
ex ends up the president of the United States. House of Cards.
Okay, I like it.
There you go.
I like it.
What's your name?
I think we can work with that.
Robin Wright.
Robin Wright. 2 rights.
Don't make it wrong.
There you go. Facebook question from Sheila. What do you think is the most overused word or phrase today? I can say it, but I'm going to wait. I'll go to you, Juan. What do you think is the most overused phrase?
You overused phrase.
Yeah, just think hard. What is a word that you often hear?
Well, wait a second.
No?
Or guess what?
There you go. I believe that you are solely responsible for that phrase spreading like a meme into other shows. Have you noticed it?
It's a good one because I used to say check it out all the time.
Now you say, guess what?
Yeah, you said.
But now we have almost 3 million people a day that watch the show. Then it goes out, and then everybody on other
Now, like,
networks
9
watch
million
it.
people are saying it.
Yeah, and then that's how
exponential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I blame you for that, Martha. What?
I don't like, it's all good.
Oh yeah.
All good.
Yeah, I hate that. Hate that too.
Ban that in 2019.
Yeah.
You already banned it, I'm sure.
I did. You know what? The one is when you ask somebody, this is mine, how you doing? What do they always say? Living the dream.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the new thing of like that's no. A lot of people do. That's the kind of like being ironic, but I'm too lazy to think of something clever. So
Bill
this is living
Hemmer
the dream.
says live in the dream.
But he is.
He is living the dream.
He is. Whenever you talk to Hemmer, he's living
dream.
something. It's probably a dream, Dana.
I'm going to say no worries.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because, especially during this time of year, it's really busy, and people ask if you can do something. Like, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And they'll say, no worries. I'm like, well, actually, I'm not really worried about
Yeah.
it. No.
Or how about, when that's used incorrectly is when you're asking somebody whose job is to do it, and you say thank you, and they say no worries. That's also
no worries.
incorrect because that you shouldn't be a worry because that's your job. Jesse?
Getting sick of the word collusion. It's too much.
Yes, it is.
It's too much.
Yes.
Let's stop with that.
Wait a second. That's a phrase now?
It's a word.
Yeah,
it says
no
word or phrase.
Tired of
collusion,
the word
Russian collusion.
He's heard enough.
Oh, my
Yes.
Heard enough.
Course collusion.
How about conviction?
Ooh. All right, Facebook. Let's keep the politics out of memo. All right. Facebook question from Terry C. What is the one thing you would grab in an emergency? Martha?
Oh, that's really
So you're running out of the
fun.
house? Or you're running
Probably-
somewhere, an emergency?
Well, my dog,
Your dog.
Squire.
So that actually,
I'm not leaving
that would
without-
actually kind of handicap you.
After my
in the
children, of course.
Yes. Yes.
I'm glad you said that. I can imagine
But the
feeling a little insecure.
A thing.
But it's not a thing. I think the most valuable things are old pictures.
Would you grab old pictures?
Yeah, because now, though, a lot of pictures are up on the cloud.
Yeah.
So, right, but so you have to make sure, but if there's a really valuable old picture like your grandparents or something, that's what I would grab.
Yeah. Jesse would grab his hair gel.
You stole my joke.
I was just, every time I look at you, I see the wave of hair.
I'm sorry, I grow it.
You're like the opening of Hawaii Five-0 right now.
Living the dream.
Yes.
I would grab my phone because
Yes.
everything in your life is on your phone.
What about Jasper?
Well, he's
said-
not a thing.
You're right.
Oh, okay.
You know, I would have to take my passport. Because without that, I could not do
You don't
anything.
have a driver's license.
Yeah, I don't have a driver's license, so I'd have to grab my passport.
Wait a minute, you carry your passport everywhere?
No, only when I have to do important things. Solving crime late at night.
You're a flight risk.
I've lost almost every major ID except for my passport, so I just use the passport wherever I go. I got yelled at by a police officer for it.
I remember.
Here at Fox.
Hey, by the way,
I signed up for Global Entry 2 months ago, okay? 2 months ago, they had the police come and interview me. The guy yelled at me for not having an ID, and I had my passport, and then I never got it. They said, congratulations, you have a Global Entry, and then they disappeared.
And you never got the card.
No, never,
That
nothing.
happens to some people.
That happened to me. And then they asked me why I don't have ID. That's why I don't have ID.
Well, I think it took 2 days and I got
Global Entry is
I
not
think it
going
was
to be your
TSA.
ID.
Was it TSA that was interviewing me? I can't remember. If you're watching The Five and you know the answer to this, email me.
Hey,
I think they made the
Dana,
right decision.
why don't you back up your phone?
I do back up my phone, but like if you're leaving the house in an emergency,
got
what
my
is the
phone.
one
You're
thing you're
absolutely
going to need?
It's your phone.
I got my wallet. I got my whole thing. Like your life is on here.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's backed up, so it's not like you're going to lose it forever.
All right. I like this question. Instagram question from Nors. Can you dance?
No.
No? Wow, you answered that very quickly.
I mean, I can two-step.
That's a dance.
Is that really dancing?
Yeah, I think in some
I don't
cultures
know.
it is.
I don't know.
A two-step.
I don't think it's really.
I know what Jesse's going to say.
I'm pretty fly for a white guy. You didn't think I was going to say that, did you?
I knew you were going to say yes confidently, but I didn't know you were going to quote The Offspring. Right? Isn't that Offspring? I believe it is. Yeah, thank you very much. Juan?
Well, I always remember that Bill Crystal was at my daughter's wedding.
Yes.
And he said he'd never seen a black guy dance so badly.
Oh, wow. So you're saying Bill Crystal's a racist? I'm kidding. Get out of here. Anyway, Martha.
I think I'm a pretty good dancer. My kids seem to disagree. They seem really embarrassed if I
Kids
dance.
always
Like, if I
would
really
disagree.
dance in front of them, they're like, oh, no, don't do that. But I think I'm a really good dancer.
Wait, they think you're too good.
They think that I think I'm too good and that's embarrassing.
And that she's exuberant.
Oh, I know that you're a mom dancer.
yeah, exactly.
That's you're a mom
They're like-
dancer.
They're like, Mom. No.
I'm a great dancer, but more important, I'm a
I love
tiny
to dance.
dancer.
Oh, look at that.
Tiny dancer. Up next, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Our big Secret Santa reveal when the Five's Christmas special returns. Don't miss it.